AtGames Legends Pinball machine is pretty damn sweet, if I gotta be honest with you. If they didn't send me one for purpose of review, I would have bought one. Knowing what I know now, having played with it for quite a bit, putting one together, I think it's a damn awesome machine compared to what I've seen out there as far as other machines that are a lot smaller, you know, cost around the same, come with less games, they're not expandable. Hey, enjoy what you want, but for me, I really dig the AtGames Legends Pinball with the size it is, the build quality, and the expandability. The 22 built-in games that came with it, some of them I really enjoy, some of them I didn't really care for too much. You know, it's going to be subjective what games you like, but knowing that you can expand upon it, add more games to the system, is really what got me excited for this thing. So they are prepping to release the Zaccaria volume of pinball tables for this system. They have them up for pre-order. I believe they go live in a couple days where they'll be giving the access codes to them. And it's pretty simple to redeem them. I'll kind of talk about that in a moment. But each one of the packs has around 25 to 28 games total. And I believe after you add them all together, the 4 packs, you have 105 total pinball tables you can add to your machine, which is pretty crazy. I'm really excited for the future. What else they're going to be adding? I know I keep mentioning those Tato tables. I needs to see it. I needs to believe it. I need to know this really exists. I believe it's going to happen, but I need to see that Bubble Bobble table. Damn it. That's what I'm really excited for. I mean, I'm here to talk about the Zaccaria tables a bit, but you know what? Those Tato tables are really what's going to tickle my taint. I just got to say it. But these Zaccaria tables, okay, so what do we got going on here? Redeeming these is pretty simple. I mean, I did this in like a QA environment type thing where I had to sign into a different account, but I believe it should be very similar for everybody else who bought these packs like during National Owners Day or who has pre-ordered one recently. You'll get like a download code, which is very similar to like if you had a download code for the Nintendo Switch or the PlayStation. You go on App Store X and just redeem the code for that specific pack. Boom. And you download the games to your flash drive X, so you do have to have a flash drive attached. I typically use one for CoinOps X on the Legends Ultimate arcade machine. I don't use any of that on the pinball machine, just straight up pinball mostly for me, other than using that like arcade stick top replacement thing to play some of the vertical shooters and whatnot. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you know, you download them to the flash drive X and now you're playing them natively. You're not streaming them or anything like that. So that's a really cool thing. I noticed with the Zaccaria tables, I'll put a link in the description if you want to check out the actual game list, because there's, like I said, 105 games. If you want to see me do a video of a short gameplay of all 105 games that are included on the Zaccaria volume tables, like we got to get this video to 500 likes. I don't normally do that, like these stupid ass like challenges, but it's a lot of freaking work, dude, to film 105 tables for one video. If you want to see it, just bam, slap that like button around, whip it a bit. That's what we got to do, and I'll get that video out there for you. But I noticed with these Zaccaria volumes, you'll have a selection of games, and on the website it does list each and every game that's included in the pack. Fair enough. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. But I noticed some games, there'll be multiple versions of one game. So you're not, like, for example, getting 26 different games on a pack, but they are different. You'll get some games, and it's not every single one, mind you. There'll be like a handful where you'll have multiple versions of the game. You'll have the original, and then you'll have like a retro reimagining of it, and then you'll have a new version that's, more current times with pinball tables. I found that kind of neat. Like I gravitated more towards the reimagining, the later versions, like 2018 version, 2019. All of them have like a different year on it when they were made, I guess. And those will have like a lot more going on. The tables are a little bit more complex, whereas the retro ones, they'll be kind of more simplified and the sounds will be quite a bit different. With the newer versions, you'll have like music, a lot of voice stuff, a lot more sound effects going on. And I thought that was really cool. I've been gravitating more towards those, but I have bounced around a little bit on some of the games just to see like what the differences were between the original, the retro, and the new version. And it's kind of cool to mess around with that stuff. But yeah, keep that in mind. Some of the games you'll have multiple versions, not all of them. And not all of them will have a retro, an original, and a new version. Some may only have, the original version. Some may have like a new version and a retro new version and a original, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Look through those game lists. The one thing I noticed playing these Zaccaria tables, and it's the same thing like the included tables. There's some I really like, and then there's some I don't really care for. It's all going to be subjective. Take a look at this stuff. And that's where that video of doing some footage of every single game could come in handy, give you a good idea of everything. So, you know, like punch that like button, damn it. Oh, and the one thing that a lot of people were pointing out in my previous videos on the Pinball Legends machine, at least with the included, 22 tables, was that the pinball itself was not an animated, pinball. It was like a static image. And for me, it didn't bother me much. But for some, it kind of did. I just enjoyed playing the games, didn't really notice it a lot. I mean, I knew it wasn't animated. But these Zaccaria tables, the pinball is actually animated. And it looks really good. So finally, playing these pinball games this way with the animated pinball, it's like, man, yeah, I wish those included tables had that as well. But, they still all play fine. Different developers, making these games, different companies, that kind of thing. So there's going to be variances with that. These games, just like the others, you have the high score leaderboards, stuff like that. There's going to be, the pinball leagues that they have going on. There's a lot of interesting things they're doing with the integrations within these machines. The one thing that's nice is if you don't have one of these pinball machines yet, but you have another one of the, Legends line of devices, the Legends Ultimate, the Gamer Pro, the Gamer Mini, you could play these pinball games on those as well. If you have, for example, the Gamer Pro with the pinball buttons, and you have a TV that you can put in vertical orientation, or a monitor, some kind of display, like my monitors I use for my PC, I can rotate them if I wanted to. A lot of people do that kind of stuff. You can play pinball games that way. Leave the TV or the monitor horizontal. You could play them that way. It's just, it's not going to take up much of the screen, right? But you have those options if you want to play these games. So there's some options here if you're into these devices, and I think it's really neat. Can't wait to see what else they bring out to these machines. But so far, these Zaccaria tables, the way they play, how everything is smooth, that animated little pinball. I mean, there's multiple pinballs depending on the game, right? But yeah, it's looking slick. Everything plays great. Games are going to be subjective depending on if you like them. I've heard people say, I don't like Zaccaria tables. I don't like the Gottlieb tables. I don't like this. That's fine. Not everybody's going to like everything. I don't like every game that's on here. There's a shit ton of games on this device now, and I haven't even played all the Zaccaria tables yet. But, get it to 500 likes, and I'll play them all for you guys, even if they suck, right? The only games that I really didn't like, and I'm pretty sure I showed some clips. It's not that I didn't like them, but I thought they were a little lower effort. Was like these newer ones, like Zombie and Caveman. Like, graphics-wise, they look neat, but they're fairly simple games. But the sound effects, sounds like Atari 2600 stuff, right? And they use the same sound effects between the tables. So that was kind of a what the heck is this, right? But some people may enjoy those. I didn't too much, but I'm sure I will find more games on here that I like. So far, I found a good handful that I've really been enjoying. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on the performance, the visuals, let you guys see this thing, how these tables run, give you a good idea if you are interested in either getting one of these pinball machines at some point, or you already have one, you're on the fence on getting these tables. I hope this video helped, and any future videos that I make on this specific device and these tables will maybe help you a little as well. So, hey, really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Thank you, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, and boom.